Hey guys, this is an overview video showing the levels of teaching and support I, Mr. Tuazon, provide students in all my classes whatever the subject. I'm doing this so students and parents can see what I do on a consistent basis. This is just how I work as a teacher for all my students. It's also for accountability. If students and parents can hold me accountable for my teaching based on your grades and reports, then I'll hold you accountable for listening, doing what I ask you to do, responding to my communication, and making use of the work that I put out for you. Every lesson that I'm assigned at school has a detailed lesson note in a consistent format. Lesson info, teach, complete, and homework. Sometimes there'll be other sections, but it's always going to at least have teach, complete, and homework. So the point of the lesson info is that this means you know what date and what lesson this lesson note was for. Teach, this means you know exactly what I'm teaching you about in the lesson. Complete, this means you know exactly what I want you to do during the lesson time to practice what was taught. Homework, this means you know exactly what I expect you to do for homework if the work is not completed in class time. Attachments, like you can see below, are any resources that are relevant to the lesson. They're attached to the relevant lesson notes so you can access whatever you need whenever you need it. This level of my teaching is there to make sure me, students, parents, higher-ups at school, or anyone else that can access DayMap knows exactly what I'm doing and what I expect to be done. This level of teaching makes sure you cannot use the excuse of, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. This level of teaching is also useful to me because I can see what you open and access on DayMap at any time. I can see that in the role, and I can open one of these things here, the activity log, and I can see exactly what you have accessed. I teach you what you need to know in class, in plain English and in explicit fashion. I teach exactly what the DayMap lesson note says that I will teach you. I teach you why you need to do it, how you should do it, demonstrate with an example, then give you time to practice. This is an example of a lesson video I taught earlier this year, 2026. It's on rates and it's on speed.
Do 3 lessons today in one, and you're probably worried about that. It's only a double, Mr. T. How can we do 3 things?
So that is a recording of exactly what I taught in class live, with this being projected on the projector for all of the students to see. Notes in black are there to help me tell the story or teach the lesson. Notes in blue are the bare minimum of what you should copy down. Notes in purple, like you'll see here, are examples that I demonstrate and they should be copied down too. This is actually all I'm required to do for you as a teacher. All the levels of teaching beyond this that I do for you are just a bonus. Every lesson I teach in class, I record live. This makes sure no one misses out even if they're away. It also allows you to have a second go at the teaching if you were distracted in class. So as you can see here, these are all the videos that I've recorded in 2026. It would take too long for me to go through all the different pages, so I'm going to stop at this one. These videos allow you to have a second go at the teaching if you were distracted in class. The lesson videos mean you cannot miss level 2 of my teaching. If I'm away for a lesson, then you're going to get a pre-recorded lesson video. This means you still do not miss out on level 2 of my teaching even if I was away. The lesson videos are always attached to DayMap with a lesson video label, as you can see here. This is the speed video that I recorded and uploaded to ClickView. This is the lesson video attachment for the lesson where I taught speed, rate of flow, and density. The lesson videos are uploaded to ClickView, which is like a government educational version of YouTube. ClickView is useful because it tells me exactly who watched each video. It even tells me which parts of the videos people watched, which you can see here. If I go to the speed video and view the analytics, I can see there were 3 views a month ago because that's when it was taught. And here, even though that is censored so you don't see the names, I can see that this particular student watched 100% of the video, this particular student watched 88% of the video, and this one watched 100% of the video. Everything I teach you in a lesson, which you'll see here, I expect you to practice it, which you'll see here in the complete section of the lesson note. Most of your lesson time is practice time. You'll see that what I teach in the lesson is exactly what I asked you to practice doing. Earlier, you saw part of the speed video, and you'll see that the questions I asked you in exercise 2E.1 about speed are exactly what I've demonstrated. So for this particular lesson, I taught you about speed. Now you're expected to practice exercise 2E.1. When you practice, you also need to check if your answers are correct using the back of your topic booklets. So at the end of the booklet, you'll see there are a bunch of answers here. And the answers to exercise 2E.1 are found here. There is no point in doing practice if you do not know if the answer is correct. You need to check it yourself. Your classes are 25 plus people, and I do not remember all the questions and answers. You can ask me for assistance when you see your answer is wrong, but do not know why. My job is to teach you what you need to know and explain why you got something wrong if you're trying to do it how I taught you to do it exactly. Before your real tests, you will always get a practice test to help with your revision. Practice tests cover all the question types you need to be ready to answer in the real test when it comes about. Practice tests are your last chance to practice the skills before you are assessed on them. Everything asked in the practice test can be linked forward to the real test. I have an example here. You can see the first question in the practice test was a number of questions about speed, and in the real test for 2026, they asked very similar questions in question 2 about speed. You can also link the questions in the practice test to what you are asked to do in your exercises in the in-class teaching. So you can see in the lessons, you were asked to complete 2E.1 about speed after being taught about speed, and there's a lesson video recording about speed. And then you can see in the exercises in the measurement booklet you were asked to complete, there were questions exactly like that about speed. You will always get solutions to the practice test before test time. You can see those here. These are worked solutions. All the steps are shown, and you can see the correct answers. You may also get a solutions video of me answering the questions and talking through them all. So you can see that here in ClickView, there is the solutions video to the practice measurement test.
For the Year 11 General Mathematics practice measurement test,
I'll skip through.
show 42.5 times by 0.1. From the stick, from the little logo to the giant sticker is 15.
So you can see the solutions video give you an idea about how fast you need to work, and it involves me talking through absolutely every question exactly the way I taught you. The solutions and the solutions videos are even another way to learn how to do the questions right before test time if you didn't bother to listen to the lesson or you didn't watch the lesson videos. I'm very responsive to students and parents via email. Students can ask me questions and get an answer very quickly if they ask via email. I may even record a help video for you if I think it is needed. So here you can see an example of an email communication and a reply that was sent. This is one of many. I've only put it into preview so I could redact the names properly instead of using Outlook to show it live. So you can see this particular student emailed me at 6:44 p.m. in the evening, and they've been very clear on what questions they needed help with. And you can see on this side that I replied within, 12 minutes at 6:56 p.m. the same day, and I made a help video on YouTube in my response. Every Saturday morning, I contact students and both parents with a homework reminder. The email subject always looks like this: homework reminder, the week number, the year level, and the subject. This communication makes sure students and parents all know what you've been taught in the past week, and so what lessons you should have done your practice and homework for in the past week. The homework reminder puts everyone on the same page on a weekly basis. If you're behind, then you have the weekend to catch up according to the homework reminder. I also give up my lunchtimes to provide help tutorials for all of my classes. And every year, up to and including 2025, I provided lunchtime tutorials every day of the week. In 2026, because of yard duties, I'm only doing Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. In future years, students and parents will be told when I hold my lunchtime tutorials, and this will be broadcast on the Daily Bulletin on Daymap as well. I take a roll for these tutorials so I can track who attends. So you can see this is the roll. So far for 2026, obviously I'm not going to show you people's names to keep it anonymous. Hopefully from this you can see I provide 8 levels of teaching and support to my students. This is non-negotiable for me. As long as I'm your teacher, you will get all of this. Because of this, if you're unhappy with your performance in my classes, I will hold you accountable in the following ways. Level 1. Did you open and read the lesson notes and attachments? I can see if and when you open any lesson notes or attachments. If you did not open relevant lesson notes or attachments, then you are lacking. Level 2. Did you listen when I was teaching the lesson? Did you ask me to clarify any points being taught if you did not understand them? Did you copy down the blue notes and or the purple examples? If you cannot do any of the maths because you did not listen, then you are lacking. If you took any of the notes, then they would exist in your maths workbook. If they do not, then you are lacking. Level 3. Did you watch the lesson video recordings if you are away? Did you watch the lesson video recordings if you do not understand the first time around? I can see if you watched the videos and exactly what parts of the videos you did watch. If you have not watched any videos when you needed help, or when you have been away, or if you've not watched enough of the videos to actually see anything useful, then you're lacking. Level 4. Did you do the practice questions I asked you to do in the complete part of the lesson notes? Did you check your answers to see if they were correct? If you did the practice and checked your answers, then it would exist in your maths workbook. You should be able to show anyone your answers to all the questions I've asked you to do. If you cannot do this, then you are lacking. Level 5. Did you do the practice test in the week before the real test? Did you check your answers to the practice test with the solutions PDF? Did you check your answers to the practice test by watching the solutions video? If you completed the practice test and checked your answers, then it would exist in your maths workbook or somewhere else. You should be able to show anyone your answers to the practice test. If you cannot, then you are lacking. Level 6. Did you ask me any questions via email if you were stuck in class and after rewatching the relevant lesson videos? If you ask me a question, then you will get my reply. After that, they are both kept in my email archives. I do not delete student email questions or my replies. If you have asked me for help via email, then your email would exist on the system. If you say you asked me but cannot show the email, then you're lacking. Level 7. Did you and your parents read and take action towards my weekly homework reminders? If you did, then the work would exist. If not, then I can only assume the reminders were ignored, which is not my issue. If this is the case, then you are lacking. And finally, level 8. Did you attend my lunchtime tutorials to get more face-to-face help if you did not understand in class by practicing the work in class, by my lesson videos, or by asking me via email? If you did, then your name would be on the roll I take. If you do not attend, that is not my issue. You have 7 other layers of support to make up for it.